What is going on? Welcome back. Welcome back. Coast to Coast Packers is finally back, guys. We had a little bit of a hiatus there. It's been kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Life has kind of got in the way. I'm trying to get a little more consistent here on this with Trey, but I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is enjoying Thursday Night Football and watching the Dolphins and the Ravens go at it. Seems like the Dolphins had an epiphany last week, and they're back to normal this week. And all the people that bet that money on the Falcons whooping that tail got a rude awakening, unfortunately. But man, oh man, it has been a crazy, crazy, crazy week of football. I think everyone here watching the games now kind of got able to digest what happened Sunday night, enjoyed everything, and now here we are where we got Carolina Panthers coming to Green Bay. Before we talk about that, let's talk about the Packers seem to be back on track, and I think one of the most important things that we can talk about is the fact that we've noticed how Jordan Love, for the most part, has been playing pretty outstanding, even with all the things kind of going on wrong around him. He had been losing Jaden Reed for 2 months, Watson not being available off the bat, and on top of that too, him having to kind of filter through different wide receivers and tight ends and running backs. And then of course, let's not talk about the fact that his actual offensive line has been finally healthy for the last 3 weeks. After those first 2 weeks, we were basically moving pieces in and out, trying to get them where they are. And because of that, now here we are watching a Green Bay Packers team being extremely efficient on offense, and it seems like the defense is running pretty well too. But without further ado, let me get my boy Trey up in here, get him going. Trey, how's it going, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing, man. I am telling we were supposed to start like an hour ago, and we're running. I don't know, running hella late, but it's we here now, and I'm just talking to the people here, just trying to really get a little bit of I don't know, like just kumbaya and realizing our Packers team is back on track. We're finally able to talk well about the offense and the defense, even though special teams wasn't nowhere where it needed to be. It wasn't a killer for us, and I'm hyped, man. How about you, man? How are you feeling today on this Thursday evening?
Well, the Bucks are winning. They're up 4 right now, so that's good.
Without Greek, right?
Yeah, he's not playing tonight. He's out. I don't know what the heck happened. I've been all over
Yeah.
the place, so I haven't been able to keep up. I watched the game. I didn't keep up with what the heck was happening with him. But
Yeah.
the Bucks are now it's a 1-point game, so the Bucks are in a 1-point game right now against Golden State. So that's good to see. But yeah, I mean the Packers, an impressive second half versus the Steelers, but again, like we talked about Wednesday, just another first half, another half a game where it just wasn't a complete game, which we've been talking about, getting that complete game and worrying about will they be able to put together a complete game at some point. And if they do, it's a very scary football team, probably one of the best in the league, except for if you ask certain people, they tell you the Lions. I don't know how that all works because head-to-head still counts for something, I guess. I don't know. I get all crazy with it sometimes. So anyways, I'm doing good. Packers doing good. Bucks are doing good. That's what matters.
You know what? It's like after I don't want to open up an old sore when it comes to the Brewers, but it seems like the other Wisconsin teams are getting it done. So I think we can kind of ride the wave on that. And I'm with you, man. Like that Sunday night game was absolutely electric, as most people know. I was at the game, and I have to admit, it definitely felt like no disrespect to Steeler fans, no disrespect to Pittsburgh. It definitely felt like a home game. And I was definitely enjoying it. There were some moments that were kind of crazy, I'll say that much, but won't go into too much detail about that. But all in all, it was an experience. I have to admit, like just like you said, that first half, it's like the Packers find a way to just come out really slow, and then they slowly just start picking it up. And I don't know, it's like second half hit, and it was like all gas, no break, and it felt good to kind of see that again for once.
Yeah, no, I would 100% agree. It's always what happened at halftime? What changed at halftime? What adjustments were made that maybe you could adjust a little bit earlier? What are some of the things that you saw in the second half that could have been fixed in the first half, maybe in going into the second quarter, whatever it was? So it's those little things I think right now that the Packers are still trying to clean up. But once they do, this is a very scary team for anybody to face moving forward here. So I mean, I love what I've been seeing. I loved what I saw. I love this offense, the defense. The defense was good all game long. I mean, we still have our question marks, I guess, across the board with some parts of the defense, some parts of this team. But outside of that, I mean, I loved what I saw in that game against Steelers. I would agree.
100%. Look, I think before we even talk about the defense, because It seems like getting back some pieces on there and also having a fully conditioned Parsons is really starting to show up. But offensively, I think the biggest thing is the amount of hype and the amount of just craziness that was put around this game about Love versus Rodgers. And you and me are the same. Quarterback wins don't exist. The quarterbacks aren't playing against each other, right? It's a team against team. But the fact that Love was able to beat his mentor, the Padawan was able to beat his master, and in his home too, of all places. I think that's absolutely amusing. And I think just seeing the way that the different camera people and the angles of watching Love, the pictures that Evan Siegel took of him, and also just watching like how Love is like warming up and he's seeing Rodgers come out of the tunnel. I don't know. There was just so much like wholesomeness with it, but it also felt good to come out with a win and to know that it did it with really on Jordan Love's shoulders. I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And yeah, to finally be able to just let it ride with them, right? That was the big thing that we've talked about is just trusting your quarterback to go out there and do it. And that's what I think LaFleur finally did in that game was trust Jordan Love to go make the throws, go make the plays that were needed. I don't think it shouldn't be as much as, oh, he was finally on a burner, right? So then we just let him go. No, I don't think you can play it that way because then it's going to be a very hit or miss offense. You're never going to be able to just all of a sudden just, oh, wow, he's on a burner now. No, you have to let him get there, right? So just trust your quarterback. And I think that's what Matt LaFleur is finally doing is trusting the quarterback play because the run game it's been good, but not great, right? It's been good, but not great. I think Emmanuel Wilson has been a breath of fresh air. I don't know, man, with Marshawn Lloyd, wherever he is, I don't know if he's lost. I don't know where Marshawn Lloyd is. He's missing in action. That's all I know. They need to find him. But
oh my God, you're jumping ahead on my notes.
If they do find him finally, I don't know if he's got a spot. Yeah. Not anymore because Emmanuel Wilson is that burst of speed that you were looking for from a Marshawn Lloyd. Yeah. I don't know, Marshawn. I don't know where he is. He's lost out there in the full. I have no idea. Somebody needs to find him. There needs to be pamphlets put up. We need to get a search party. We need to go knocking on doors. I don't know what needs to happen, but somebody's got to find this guy because I haven't heard from him. It's like he had appendicitis last year, and since then I have no idea. It's like, is he still recovering from the appendicitis? What's he recovering from now? I have no idea.
It's funny when LaFleur was like, yeah, I don't foresee him coming back anytime soon. The way he said it, because I feel like LaFleur sometimes can be kind of dramatic without being dramatic. It came off extremely dramatic. But I agree with you. Like, I think we have a really good running back room right now with Brooks, with Emmanuel Wilson, with Jacobs. I don't like bringing back Lloyd. I think Lloyd is a very like talented, fast twitch kind of player. But again, like, where does he go? Like, that's the thing, though. Like, I think like he has hamstrings that are like worse than Watson's was before he went to Madison UW. And so for me, I'm with you. I think you just keep him on IR. You let him get healthy. And I feel like if next year training camp comes around, he just can't keep it. I think you have to cut your losses. And unfortunately, the third round curse will be back. But the good thing is we know that the third round curse was possibly broken with Sean Ryan a little bit, but more so with our man Tucker Kraft. I feel like 19 targets in the last 2 games, and him becoming the focal point. Jason Wilde said it best. He is the straw that stirs the drink, right? That's something McCarthy used to say all the time. And I feel like we keep trying to like, oh, Watson's the guy, or Dobbs is the guy, or Golden's the guy. I think they're all amazing players. I think Tucker Kraft is your number one guy. We force the offense through him and Josh Jacobs, and then everybody else gets fed. And honestly, it got proven in that game.
Yep. No, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And I see the comment over there about Jair Dobbs. We could give them Marshawn Lloyd.
Honestly,
for Jair.
Yeah, I'll do it.
We got a healthy scratch for a MIA. We don't even know where he is, so you don't know where you're scratching, guy. So like, I'll take that. We could do that.
Sign me up. Honestly, I'm not giving up Dobbs for anything. I don't know.
Not right now, unless if it's man. I mean. There are cornerbacks out there that if they said, hey, we'll give you this guy. Okay, yeah, like there's some cornerback packages you could throw together where I think about it. Because you do have that plethora of weapons, and Golden is getting upset, which he shouldn't be upset. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of weapons and a lot of guys in that room. So could you part ways with one of them? probably. The question I would say with all this Dobbs talk, that's what he just meant. Basically said that what I was about to say. The question with Dobbs is, are you going to extend him? Because if you're not going to extend him, then you might as well get something for him. That's where I kind of always look at it with trades and everything like that, right? The Brewers with Freddie Peralta. I said going into the offseason, people are baffled. They're like, oh my gosh, the Brewers are looking at trades for him. They're listening to offers. I can't believe that. And it's like, I can believe it because right now he's worth $8 million. $8 million to another team like the Yankees or somebody crazy out there isn't a lot. Yeah. So, but that package that's going to come back for a guy like that is pretty nice. Dobbs isn't worth a lot right now. You could get a pretty decent package back for a guy like Dobbs playing like he is. So if you're not going to extend him, I would listen to the offers. It doesn't mean I'm going to take him. I'm not all for trading Romeo Dobbs. I love Romeo Dobbs. I'd rather keep him in a Green Bay uniform. But do you listen to the phone calls? Yes, I think you do. I really do. I'm not cutting bait with him unless, like I said, unless you're going to get a haul. If it's a big pack, a cornerback that you just feel like, man, that guy is going to be my cornerback one. Okay, now you got my interest. Now I'm listening because what is this team away from right now? I'd say a secondary, good secondary help, and that if you get a good secondary, somebody good in that secondary. I mean, what is this team missing? You look at the missing pieces. That's a missing piece. And if you could get a missing piece, I don't know. Is it crazy to think about trading a guy like that? Like Goose just said there, Dobbs to Cleveland for Ward. Is it crazy to think like that? Sure. But in this world that we're living, it's all crazy. We got Micah Parsons. I mean, it's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to see him go, but you have to listen to the offers because that one offer, there might be an offer on the table that could be the missing piece to the puzzle that you've been trying to solve for how many years now.
I get it. I just think sometimes like you got to be careful about like trading away I can't say the word, but basically trading away a player like him who has proven time and time again being literally Jordan Love's security blanket right behind Tucker Preston. And for me, my biggest thing is if I'm trading anyone, I'm more than likely going to try maybe Wicks. Wicks is the kind of guy like, he can't stay healthy. He's all the talent in the world, but unfortunately he just has availability is the best ability. He doesn't have it. I get it though. You make a valid point because like if you can get I'm talking about you have to get like at least a top 15 corner to even consider trading away Dobbs. And even then, it's like, because you look at the trade that Jacksonville did with Cleveland when they trade away Tyson Campbell for Greg Newsome, right? And Greg Newsome has been a little bit of a hit or miss character. Tyson Campbell's actually been a pretty good corner. So for me, he went over to Cleveland. He's been playing extremely well. I've been watching Newsome kind of get ate up a little bit. Denzel Ward would be nice. Tariq Woolen would be nice too. I know that we also looked into Cam Britt-Taylor over there in Cincinnati. For some reason, it makes sense though, but everybody on the defense for Cincinnati is asking for a trade. Every single player. So I think they're all just sick of the freaking new DC there, and they're just trying to get out. But I'm with you. I think that I felt like they had the Howard Green moment when Mike Pennell got available, but he went right back to the Chiefs where he won multiple Super Bowls. So for me, I'm like, all right, well, our Howard Green moment went away there. They did bring back Tyron Henning, who they had in preseason, who looked pretty decent. And they also brought back a defensive tackle as well, too. So for me, the team is looking pretty good, but it is one of those things where Goody just can't sit on his hands when trade deadline comes. I feel he needs to try to make some kind of move. He made a big move earlier the year and just try to find a move that's not a big move, but enough of a move where it gets the depth pieces in place to where either like you just said, secondary is an issue, offense line depth is an issue, and I think at the most possibly defensive line is an issue too.
Yeah. So I agree 100%. And I think they did address a problem. They got Carrington Valentine in there now, which I think addressed a problem. You do have Nate Hobbs. Nate Hobbs isn't like he's not great. He was never worth a boundary corner. 100%. He was never worth what they gave him, right? But he's not terrible. So like he's playable. If you needed him in a pinch, if you needed a guy in a pinch, throw him in there in the slot. Whatever you got to do.
Slot only, though,
yeah, slot only. You can't have him on the outside, right? And that's something that I think they tried to he could do it, right? In quotations, he could do it. They tried to force it. It wasn't there. So now we found that out. Carrington Valentine slid in there. I still think you have that question mark because sometimes I just don't trust Keyshawn Nixon to be the guy.
I agree.
I just don't trust.
Agree.
I want to. I really do. I want to see him as the cornerback one that everybody wants to sell him out to be. I don't see it. I don't trust if we were in a pressure situation against the Vikings with Justin Jefferson. I don't trust that he's going to be able to lock him down without being a holding call or a pass interference call. I don't trust that it's there. That's my worry with this secondary because the pass rush can get home fast, but the quarterbacks can get the ball out faster, which then if you don't have a quick or good secondary could lead to issues because they're playing some relaxed D because they can't put pressure up. They can't come down on guys because they will get toasted. Because they don't have that burst of speed, that quick move. They're not as versatile where they can get after a guy. Like you always saw Jair right up on the line. He'd try to smack guys right on the line.
Yeah, but Jair was a legit cornerback one, though,
yep,
right?
He was very good out there.
Like
now these guys...
He's legit CB1. Like, he was back then, at least, right?
Correct, yeah. And now you see guys a lot more relaxed. There's a lot more relaxed D, a lot more 5-7 yards back. Well, that can also lead to a lot of problems because quick hitters are just as good as anything else these days. Because look at what Kansas City and a lot of these other teams do. They go for 4 yards at a crack. They don't care. They don't care how fast they move the ball down the field. Death by a million cuts, right? If you want to play relaxed defense, they're just going to keep on cutting you. And that's what happens when you have a rough secondary is they're just going to go, and you have a pass rush like you do. It's just going to be boom, 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 quick dump, quick dump, quick. So you got to find answers, right? And I think
we knew that going in, though. We knew going into this offseason, right? We knew the secondary was always going to be an issue. And I think one of the biggest things we noticed with Devontae Wyatt's impact when Kenny Clark was gone, the fact that him and Carrington Valentine can't, like you just said, Valentine coming in there, starting, it was a world difference. He had his moments, but at the end of the day, he was breaking up plays and doing his thing. Keyshawn Nixon needs to burn the tape because he looked, again, he keeps talking about being CB1, but bro, you better play like it because in the beginning of the season you were, and it feels like in the last 2 weeks he has not played his best football. And you're right, like it's one of those things where when it comes to our safeties, I think our safeties are great, and I think Javon Buller's playing great. I think Carrington Valentine's getting the job done. We need Nixon to start playing up to his talent that he says he has, and then honestly, Hobbs is staying on the bench until we have a place to put him. Honestly,
yeah, no, I agree. The Hobbs situation, if Buller didn't have to play in the slot, then it might be able. There's packages where I think you could see a Hobbs out there and you can move pieces. I could see it working out that way. You see a lot of, when they play jumbo package, you see the Packers bring out extra linebackers. So there's going to be a lot of different packages where we could possibly see Hobbs work his way onto the field. I don't think it's going to be much as of now,
right now.
Because what we saw last week was it's Valentine.
Yeah,
it's Valentine's game to roll it. And I did see it. What was the question? Would you rather extend Quay Walker or Romeo Doubs? Quay, I will say this. I don't know if it's that Edgerrin Cooper showed up and just took this weight off of his shoulders. And Edgerrin Cooper's now this guy, so now Quay can just be the off-ball guy and just get downhill and do his thing. I don't know what it is. There's a lot of different things. You could say it was him growing up. I think it's him growing up, too, because that DK Metcalf went after him, got into his, got into his face,
poked his eyes, everything.
Right?
Nothing.
Old Quay Walker.
He fighting him.
This was, we would have seen Jordan Love running on the field trying to stop a fight again. I saw that. I'm like, you ain't going to do anything.
That was funny.
I was like, get back on the sideline, right? Pookie, get back on the sideline.
You don't need to get kicked out the game, dog. Come on now. Come on. Let's not clear the benches. No.
But I love that you could see the maturity coming forward with him.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
he just walked away. And then it was just a penalty on DK Metcalf, which is something that when you looked at this young Packer team, right? It was a problem because they didn't have that maturity level. Now I feel like they're young yet, but they have that maturity level. And young teams are really good because you see a lot of these older teams right now, they don't have that ability to go full 4 quarters with you and be able to keep that same intensity. Whereas I feel like the Packers are young, but good. You look, Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary. Who's the oldest guy on the team? Elton Jenkins? Elton Jenkins might be the oldest guy left.
No, wait, is it Jenkins?
Is that or McManus? I don't know how.
Oh, it's McManus. It's definitely McManus.
It's got to be. What we look at like skill.
Yeah.
Position. Well, I guess.
Yeah, like skill position. It might be Elton.
It might be Elton Jenkins that would be in, like, I shouldn't say skill position because technically he
he's
wouldn't even be
30.
considered a
He's
skill
30,
position.
so yeah, he's
They're not even old, right? So they're still young.
no.
They can get after guys, but you can just see that with this youth is still a maturity level now, what you love to see out of them. So I would say that's a tough one. I would say Quay. I would say Quay just because I love what I'm seeing out of him and Adrian Cooper together now. And it's so hard, as we know, to find a linebacker.
Yeah.
A good, really good linebacker. And I think now we have two of them who are really athletic, which we haven't had in, I mean, name the last really good linebackers the Packers have had. I mean, you can go back a ways.
I mean, Nick Barnett,
and then you got
Clay
AJ
Matthews.
Hawk, and
AJ
if you
Hawk,
want to count Clay Matthews in there in that linebacker, I mean, you got way back if you want to start counting guys. So I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
So
if I'm you, though, I think because Jason says that Quay does have an offer on the table right now, and the only thing that's holding him up from actually extending is him. He probably is trying to get more money, more guaranteed. I don't blame him because in this market and this economy, you might try to get as much money as you can. I think Tyron Hopper, his second year, him coming in, every time he's been on the field, he's been making plays, he's been playing well. And I think that's something the Packers could fall back to if that's the case. Honestly, Quay's already hurt. So Quay practiced full yesterday and didn't practice all today because of a calf. So let's say he doesn't play. Let's say Hopper comes in and plays extremely well because you already know Carolina's going to run the ball. You already know they're going to try to they're trying to dictate by keeping offense off the field. So if Hopper comes in, that's more leverage for the Packers to keep him. I find a way to keep them both. I think I have always said this: Russ Ball, I trust no matter what. He will find a way. He will find a way to make it work. Now, does Dobbs take a home discount to stay in Green Bay? That's a whole nother story because most contracts that Green Bay does, they're normally 2-year deals anyways, right? With a lot of signing bonus up front and then kind of spacing things out. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays. I find a way to get them both done. I don't want to have to choose between the two, but if I have to choose between the two, I'm with you. I probably do Quay as well too, just because you have Golden, you still have Jaden Reed, you have Watson you just extended, and you do have Malik Heath as well too. So you do have some stallions in the stable there when it comes to wide receiver. Now, the question I have for you is with everything, with the offense playing the way it did, what did you think about the way Watson came back? Because it felt like he never left. He just came back and just picked up right where he left off.
I feel like him and Jordan Love have always had a pretty good chemistry together on the field. And I think a guy like him, he fits back in so easy because he's a team guy.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not it's a me guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't think like bringing back like an AJ Brown or something, just off that, because
I saw that trade. I saw that
with him out in Philly and everything but having a guy like him where you bring him back, right? Yeah. I think he's a guy who comes in and he's like, oh well, I need the ball like 10 times today. Christian Watson came back and he's like, well, I'm gonna get open, and if you can get me the football, great. If you can't, I understand. It's okay. We got a lot of guys. Yeah. I'm going to block. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to keep doing other things. And I think that's a big thing that keeps him involved and also throws defenses off because he's such a willing blocker. You have no idea what he's coming out to do. That's the thing. Like when you have receivers who don't really care, they're not really blockers. They don't do anything. They come out and it's like, oh, well, I know he's running a route because I know he's not going to block here. The Packers, these wide receivers nowadays, they're so prone to get after guys. I think that's where Christian Watson, he's such a team guy where I feel like he just slid right back in, like no hesitation. He fits right into line. Plus, he's been back for a little bit now. I mean, he's been practicing.
3 weeks now
doing things, right? So he's been back. He's been battling. So we knew it was gonna fit. It was just a matter of we did not expect, week 1 of coming back, it was going to be a hit. But he's always had that ability. And I think now, if you look at a guy like Golden, I know he didn't have a great game, but having a guy like Golden in there or a Tucker Kraft or, Romeo Doubs, whatever, you can look across the receiver room. You have guys like that, it also opens the field up for Christian Watson because you can't just, we're going to throw the safety over top of Watson. Okay, you throw a safety over top of Watson. What are these guys doing on that side of the field? So now you have to try to balance it. And that's what we were talking about, right? In the offseason, we said the Packers needed a guy to tilt the field.
Yeah.
They needed that guy. when you got Christian Watson back, I felt and now Tucker Kraft's playing at the level that he is, and you have Golden in there, and Romeo Dobbs is
Still got
playing well.
Dobbs out there. Yeah.
You don't have a guy who can tilt the field anymore. You have a bunch of guys who make you say, "Oh crap, where do we tilt the field? Where do we try to help out?" And it's impossible because you have so many weapons that Jordan Love is so willing to go after. And I think finally, and knock on wood with this one, the mental airs of the drops have gone away. And now it's like you can trust everybody. You can go to everybody. They're going to make the catches. They're going to run the right routes. And that's what I was talking about before with that maturity level. This team is just taken off with that. And I think that's what we're finally seeing with this team. And that's why I think Christian Watson coming back, he just jumped right into it because they didn't know how to defend him. They didn't know what to do with him because they knew he could blow the top off of you. He makes great catches, and he's right there in Jordan Love's back of his head. He's like, I know Watson's down there somewhere, but you have so many other weapons on the field. It opens it up for him then. And if it opens it up like this for Christian Watson, this is a scary offense to look at when Jordan Love gets going. Because when you have Tucker Kraft going like he is, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, and then you get, your backfield of Jacobs and Wilson, watch out. That's a scary offense.
Yeah, I was going to say it was one of those things where, like, the fact that they've had that chemistry since day one, he comes back 4 for 85. It just shows you exactly what Jordan has. And the thing with Jordan and Watson have always had is that chemistry. And he doesn't have to feel like he has to feed a guy, right? When you see these other teams, I remember Devontae had to get his targets. Not to say he would say anything, but you almost felt like he had to always get his targets, right? We're not seeing that right now. Jordan's always been a great distributor of the football, hence why maybe Golden is not very happy right now. But I'm pretty sure, I feel like you're going to see this as a rookie sensational game between Ted McMillan and Matthew Golden. I feel like they're both going to – I know Golden's probably going to be the squeaky wheel that gets greased this weekend. But what I've loved about our offense is that you never know who's going to get the ball, and you can't just hone in on one guy because Jordan just finds a way to make sure that if he's not going to be able to find the best play to get the ball to the right person, he's going to run the ball. He's going to can it. He's going to call a run. He's going to run from there. He's going to – the thing is we have a team that's so complete right now in offense and defense, minus the secondary and defense. Even then, though, with that front seven being the way it is, we can kind of make up for the deficiencies on the secondary. I just feel like we finally have an amazing team that can really make a run because for the longest time, we've always had a really, really good offense and we've had an okay defense. Now, last time we won a Super Bowl, what was it? We had the number one defense in the league. And that was the number one scoring defense. That was the number one defense in yards. We were the number one defense in rush defense and pass defense. We were top 5 in pass. And that was with Dom Capers. And that's what, 15 years ago. And since then, we've had some good defenses, some okay defenses. I feel like finally we're able to take that next step. And if we just need to get special teams in order, and I know special teams is a whole other thing. But before we get off the offense, there was some reporting that Jaden Reed's already out there. He's running routes. He's catching the balls off the jug machine. How are you? I feel like adding Jaden Reed to this offense, A, it might piss off Golden because that's another mouth to feed. But B, it just makes our offense just that much more dynamic. And man, if we're getting healthy at the right time, which is November, December, January, February, I don't know, man. I know we were talking about on our show on Wednesday about is the Pack back? Are we the best team in NFC? I'm saying we get Jaden Reed back. I think we might be cooking with gas, bro.
I think they just have to stop trying to get Golden involved by doing let's throw it behind the line of scrimmage and see what he can make with it. Let's get him involved by hitting him on a slant route or something crazy. I don't know. It's wild to think a slant route, but that's
simple.
It's just a simple thing, but it's our initial reaction or the response is let's throw it behind the line of scrimmage and let Golden try to make something happen. And teams don't fall for that much anymore. And you got to make a guy miss, and it just hasn't worked out that way for him. So, anyways, getting a guy like Jaden Reed back, it's massive. That's what I was going to say. I forgot that earlier when I was going to say about Marshawn Lloyd's not back at practice yet, but Jaden Reed's back, and it's
exactly.
Marshawn Lloyd,
broken collarbone, broken foot, and he's already back.
He's already back, running around. It's like Marshawn Lloyd is where?
He's still in the hospital? I don't even know.
Build-A-Bear? Did they forget?
I didn't see him on the sidelines. I'm wait, I gotta look for him. What? I was what is this guy, John Wick? He disappeared? This is ridiculous. Golly. He's gone home. He's living at home. He got his dog. He chilling. Like, wait, what? Like, I don't know what's going on.
They left him on the ranch. He's on Edgerrin Cooper's ranch playing with the horses right now.
He's playing with the horses.
He could be playing with the horses. They're like, here, you just stay here and pitch stalls, and that'll be okay. You just pitch stalls and ride horse every once in a while. Keep these guys up to snuff around here. We'll take care of the football business. Don't you worry.
Take care of the hay. That's funny as hell, man.
Hey, now we're gonna see a video, and it's gonna be of Edgerrin Cooper at the ranch there, and all of a sudden you see this random guy running the back. Marshawn Lloyd, there he is.
He's not running. He's walking with the hay.
He's walking. He's walking. He's got a hay sack on his shoulder. He's just walking along. It's like, oh, there he is.
I'm telling you, it is insane. Like when he came out, that was his thing coming out. Uberly talented. He had injury prone, and I'm just like, oh God, like. And then people are like, oh, they could have Bucky Irving and this and that. I'm like, first off, ain't no way they were going to get Bucky Irving, man. Because Bucky Irving was not the kind of player who they would ever draft. Because his RSA score was like a freaking 4. And he didn't meet the height. He didn't meet the weight or nothing. He was just an uberly talented player and an awesome offense. But no way Green Bay was going to take that guy. And now, yeah, it sucks that, we used a 3rd-round pick on him. But, hey, we talked about it. Chris Brooks, I love Chris Brooks. Emmanuel Wilson, amazing. And I wish they had Amar Johnson still, my namesake. I wish they had him over there in the practice squad. But, of course, he got signed by the Chargers. But, man, I'm just saying, I'm happy with the way the room is looking right now.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. The way Emmanuel Wilson has stepped up.
Yes.
And I don't know if you would say, the absence of Josh Jacobs, but Josh Jacobs it's taken him a minute to get himself going this year. He's going to. Yes. He's still the guy. It's just it's taken him a little bit longer, and I shouldn't even say he's not going. It's just not dominant, right? Not dominant. Yeah. And Emmanuel Wilson has just been that little extra boost. The electric little bit that the Packers have needed at times when they just want to burn some clock, stuff like that. And that's what they want from this run game. They just want, when you have as good of a passing game as what the Packers do, you just need the run game to just be good enough at times and then burn some clock. That's when you need it. That's what we're talking about on the show. We're like, don't force the run game. You need the run game at certain times, maybe set the tone, whatever you want. But if it's not there, don't force it. Go away from it for a little while. Get Josh Jacobs involved in other ways. You can dump it to him over the middle, whatever. You can dump it to him in the open field. He can make things happen. You can set up some screens, whatever you got to do to get him involved. But you don't have to just run the especially out of shotgun. Maybe that's what gets him in trouble.
They need to throw that play away.
The shotgun handoff is what gets him into trouble the most with Josh Jacobs. Every time. I would agree with that. I could definitely say that the amount of shotgun that they run is unreal at times. And I think they need to start running underneath the center because Jordan Love, with his back to the defense, is very good at manipulating the defense, which is huge when you talk about an offense like this. But back to your question before, the Jayden Reed. Yeah. Getting a guy like Jayden Reed back to an offense like this, I mean, you can just imagine. I mean, what you got already. You got Christian Watson, you got Golden, and then you have Savion Williams, your gadget guy.
Oh, God,
you got another.
Hey, Savion getting involved? What
right? I know. And then you get a guy like Jayden Reed involved back in there, and that's your original gadget guy, but with better hands. Now you bring him back in. Now you got Randall Cobb back. Basically, you got Randall Cobb back to run some routes for you. You're trusting. You were talking about the guy you can trust before. Jayden Reed was that guy. Dobbs has always been a solid hands guy, but Jayden Reed was you wouldn't say the safety blanket as much as Dobbs was, but the guy you would want to go to. He was the guy that Jordan Love wanted to go to the most. It's kind of transition now, and I like it. Tucker Kraft is turning into that safety blanket for Jordan Love, which is what you want. You want to have a good tight end that you can utilize as a safety blanket. You look at Dak Prescott with Ferguson, Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes, George Kittle and Brock Purdy. You can look across it. If you have a good tight end, you have a really good chance that you have a darn good football team. So I like where they're at right now, and I think adding a guy like Jayden Reed into it only makes it worse because it's going to be more of a mess.
Yeah, I was just
Wicks is hurt too. Wicks is hurt too, so you get a guy like Dontavian Wicks back too. Yep. I hear one of those guys can go back and return kicks and not worry about him on offense. There you go. That guy, whoever's the odd man out, we can send him back out for punt returns. There you go. Not Jayden Reed, though. Not Jayden Reed.
No, not Jay Reed. But it's funny, Jay Reed did do that in college, so it would make sense to actually send him back. But I don't want him back there. When I saw him back
Unless we don't care about Jaden Reed,
that's
sure,
true.
send him back there. But
No,
we care about
no,
him, so we don't want him back there.
no. I keep saying it. Bo Melton should be the kick returner and punt returner. He was a monster at Rutgers doing that. He averaged like 20 yards of punt return and 40 yards of kick return. I'm like, I don't understand why Rich Bisaccia is making this so difficult. I understand he's a great gunner. I agree he's a great special teams guy when it comes to other positions. Just put him back there. Let him run the damn ball. Like, why are we making this harder than we need to? But that again, we already know that we all hate Rich Bisaccia. And no matter how the special teams does, I need him gone at the end of this year. He's my new Joe Barry. I need him out. But with that being said, it seems like our game here with the Steelers is over with. We can move past it. That was a game that I thought we were probably going to lose because we were in Pittsburgh. But guess what? They proved me wrong. And I'm happy I was proven wrong. And now we have the Carolina Panthers. And we have no idea who's going to be the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young is practicing full. Dalton has a thumb injury. They just signed Mike White to the 53 roster. And the Rico Dowell experiment is going off the chain like Frankenstein. And I am terrified of that man. But we are the number 3 rush defense in the league right now. I know everyone keeps saying trap game. A part of me is feeling like it's at home. It shouldn't be a trap game, but it's having that feeling. And that is what's killing me right now. What do you think?
Trap games, I believe in trap games. I always have. It just feels like there's always. I mean, would the Browns count as a trap game? No, they don't.
I mean,
maybe
kind of because they weren't looking that good going in, right?
I think the way that this team is playing right now, and hopefully, knock on wood, this doesn't come back to bite me. I think the way that this team is playing right now, and the way that Jordan Love is commanding this team and Micah Parsons on that defense is commanding that defense now. I think they have their heads on straight, and I think they're a week-by-week team. And I think that was a point that was hit home earlier on in the season when we heard Rasheed Walker telling us all about they were going to go 17-0, nobody could beat us, blah, blah, blah. And then they lost to the Browns.
That was the one. Yeah. He actually made it more of a trap game by saying stupid stuff like that.
And then Matt LaFleur came out after the game and he's like, I don't know who said this or whatever. We know that we play week to week, everything like that. And I think that was the hit at home point. Because after that, we saw this Packers team kind of take off. We saw some better things. We saw Jordan Love take more command of that offense. We saw Jordan, the game after was the Dallas game. We saw Jordan Love go toe-to-toe with Dak Prescott, who was playing really good that night. We saw Jordan Love take on a Bengals and Cardinals, but then a Steelers team with Aaron Rodgers in prime time. Not in Aaron Rodgers' place, because I don't count Pittsburgh as his place, but in Pittsburgh, taking on the Steelers against a former mentor in Aaron Rodgers, all the hoopla that was going into it. He took him on, and the focus that was there in this offense where they knew that they had a job to get done and they went and got it done. And that's where I think even in a game like this against the Panthers, I think it's going to help them as it's at home. If it was on the road, I'd worry a little bit more. It's at Lambeau. It's a good time. It's a new and finally, for the love of Pete, it's finally a noon start. I mean, I've so many weeks now of just prime time or like 3:05 starts. Like I'm good. I'm good with a 12 o'clock start. This is good because then next week again they play the Eagles in prime time, so I'm okay with this start being at noon. But I think all those variables will help the Packers just take care of business, do their thing, take care of business there. It's going to be a big thing on the run defense. Like you said, slowing down Rico Dowell. That's going to be your big thing in this one. He's been fantastic. He was fantastic down in Dallas. They just didn't utilize him in the right way. And then he ended up leaving when they needed running back help. He ended up leaving. So now he's with Carolina.
He averaged like 120 yards a game in Dallas. He just didn't have any touchdowns. It just was the craziest thing ever. And I'm thinking like, the guy's a good running back. Like, what are we doing here? It didn't make any sense. And,
he's fantastic.
Devontae Williams worked out great, but even then, I would have still kept Rico, right?
Yeah. No, I agree. He was fantastic. They just said, like, well, see you later.
Yeah.
So it was whatever, I guess, worked out for him.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I think it worked out for him. Get out of Dallas. Now did it fix it going to Carolina? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, this Carolina team, they're not a team that's a pushover team.
Right.
They're still a decent team. Now,
Yeah.
they aren't trotting out there with a Cleveland Brown defense like we saw when we were worried about that game with that Browns defense. They still have an offense that can get after you. We don't know who's going to play quarterback, if it's going to be Bryce Young or if it's going to be who the heck else is there? Who am I thinking of? Andy Dalton? Is it Andy Dalton yet?
Yeah, Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, and Mike White are their 3 quarterbacks right now.
Oh boy. So it could be ugly. It could be even uglier, or it could
Offensive
be
line's all banged up. Braden Christensen, one of their better offensive linemen, is already put on IR, right? I mean, I'm looking at their stats. I mean, their offense is ranked 29th in yards, 27th in points. Defense is decent, 13th in points and 12th in yards. But even with that being said, this is a game in Green Bay in our 1923 classic jerseys. Look, you have to find a way to get this game done. I think Eric Branchek said it best: get this game done and have your backups in the fourth quarter.
Yep, that's 100% it. I want to see Nate Hobbs in the fourth quarter. There you go. That's how far I want to go. I want to see Nate Hobbs.
Taking shots. You're taking shots.
I'm just kidding. I like him. Deep down, I like him. I just think
I love the attitude. I just don't see it. That's the thing, though. Like he even like when he interviewed him, he's like, "Oh yeah, I know I'm a perimeter boundary corner." I'm like, bro, you are a lot of things. You are not You are not a premier. I'm sorry, you're not a perimeter boundary corner. You're just not, bro. I mean, there's guys that are built that. Even Keyshawn, I'll say he is that guy. Carrington Valentine is definitely that guy. You are not that. You are a slot guy. You were a slot guy in Vegas. You're a slot guy here. And unfortunately, Javon Bullard's playing so well that we don't need you right now. So you're $16 million on the bench, which sucks. But you know what? I'd rather have that on the bench than not have that. And then if something happens, injury happens, or God, because everyone gets hurt. Having that guy there to come in and play slot would be perfectly fine by me. So
actually very good in run defense according to PFF. If that makes
sense. Yeah.
Got an 85 grade in PFF. That's not
he
bad.
proved that in training camp when he almost killed Marshawn Lynch. Yeah. Marshawn Lloyd, I mean.
He did. He's gone. We don't know where he is.
He ain't been the same since. Like, what the hell? Look,
broke him. He broke him physically and mentally.
He broke himself. Remember, that's when he hurt his knee.
Oh, yes.
And then he ain't been the same since, dog. It's like he forgot how to run. He forgot how to play corner. I remember those. Look, when he signed that contract, I remember those videos he was doing, those workout videos, him running around the field with like them damn long ass capri pants on, doing football drills. And I'm like, bro, like that's nice and dandy, but I've yet to see you do any of this stuff on the field, dog. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So
yeah. I'm looking at his coverage grades right now. He is he's 50. If you want to look position ranked, he's 57th out of 113.
Oh, so he literally is a definition of mid. Oh, beautiful.
He's middle. Yeah, he's middle of the pack. Keyshawn Nixon's 40. Keyshawn Nixon's 45th, if that makes you feel better. Carrington Valentine.
Not really, but yeah.
Carrington Valentine's
19th. That's for sure.
Valentine is 19th. That's actually that looks good. That looks darn good right there. His coverage grades.
It's probably because he hasn't had a lot of snaps, though, right? I'm assuming that.
Let's see here. Snaps. He's got 238 snaps of on pass, and he's got 62 run defensive snaps. That is Nate Hobbs has 271 pass, 79 run. So I mean, they're close.
Okay, so they're equal in that sense. Then okay,
yeah, they're pretty darn close in those two. I was just looking down here. Evan Williams is ranked 8th out of all safeties so far.
That's right. Hey,
Xavier McKinney's 14th. Man. Yeah, Xavier McKinney's 18th right now. Let's see here. Javian Bullard's 52nd out of 113. So that would be, I believe he's also listed in the cornerback ranking. He's listed as a safety, but he's ranked out of 113. So I'm assuming he's in that cornerback rank with the rest of those guys there. Edgerrin Cooper is 15th in all linebackers. Quay Walker's 41st in linebackers out of 80. This is out of 80 right there. Colby Wooden comes in at 32nd.
He's playing better than that. Sometimes PFF be some BS, but
PFF tries to. They say that his coverage grade for Quay Walker is only at a 60. But Quay Walker, I would say he's a better. They're calling his run defense just about as good as coverage. So I don't. Yeah, they're hit or miss. Right now they're saying Isaiah McDuffie, according to this, is 78 on defensive grade, 77 run defense, 73 on coverage grade right now.
73 for coverage grade for McDuffie. That guy can't cover save his life, dog. I don't know about that.
I don't know who they have him covering right now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, maybe running backs in a flat, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking. Micah Parsons first. He is first out of 120 on the edge. There you go. He's first. Rashawn Gary's 30th.
Oh,
I
what?
mean, there's some pretty good edges to deal with right now. They don't have Rashawn Gary as a very good. Well, his
Where
coverage grade is
where
terrible.
they get
There you go.
Igibara?
Agabari's at 40.
He's been
40
playing
out of
lights out too.
120. Lucas Van Ness is 32nd out of
No, that's
120.
not bad. That's not bad.
Devontae
Obviously,
Wyatt
Michael
comes in at
Parsons is like
24th.
who is?
Devontae Wyatt comes in at 24th out of 126.
That sounds about right. That makes
That's
sense.
pretty good. Colby
Yeah.
Wooden's 32nd. Carl Brooks comes in at 69. And it goes off
Yeah.
of snaps, too. You got to remember, I mean, the
Yeah.
grading go off of snaps. Some of these guys have had better games since then. And now this is what we're seeing. Jordan Love, 8th out of 37 quarterbacks. Josh Jacobs comes in at 7th out of 53 running backs there. Tucker Kraft, 5th out of 75 tight ends. Zach Thomas, 6th for tackles. Rasheed Walker is 47th for tackles. Jordan Morgan's 59th out of 82 for guards. Aaron Banks is 53rd out of 82. And then Sean Ryan is 50th. So we're consistent with the 50. Elton Jenkins, 22nd out of 33 for centers. So what I gathered there, the offensive line is not being graded very well.
No, I mean, I was going to say to him, when you were talking about the run game, the reason why the run game has been so putrid is because the fact the offensive line has been terrible on run blocking. When it comes to pass blocking, they've been outstanding. Run blocking, and that's why, I mean, you got Jacobs getting hit in the back of the field the majority of the damn time. Hence why he has so many hits. He has so many yards after contact because he's literally trying to make, over here trying to make gold with freaking butter and stuff, man. It's insane.
I would agree. 100%. And that, like you said, maybe that's why Emmanuel Wilson's better because he's quicker to the punch.
Yeah.
And that's why he gets to the outside a little bit faster.
He got that burst, man. You can see that all day. And honestly, I'm okay with him getting less carries throughout the year, allowing him to be able to come through, be able to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, find ways to be able to be the legs we need later on in the season, honestly.
Yep. No, I agree with that. I think, like we were talking, like we've been talking, he's going to come into his own. He's going to be fine. It's just, getting to that point. I was just trying to figure out, because was Aaron Banks, when they brought him in, he was good pass blocker, not good run blocker? Was that the grade that they had on him, or was it vice versa?
If I recall correctly, his PFF scores were pretty mid coming out of San Francisco. He was actually their worst offensive line.
He had one good year. According to what I saw at the PFF was last season. He was ranked like 33rd out of 77.
Yeah. And
so
we paid him like a top 15 guard, right? Like, and it's like, wait, what? Like, come on, dude. Like,
they saw something. I don't know.
Well,
what.
they saw something. They didn't want what happened in the divisional game to happen again, or the wild card game to happen again, where like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the guy, like your offense line gets decimated. You don't have any good backups. I mean, they just didn't want that, which makes sense, but still.
Yes. So according to PFF, we go season grades.
Yeah.
Last season with the 49ers, he had a 68 run block grade and a 60 pass block grade.
Yeah.
So he's a better run blocker. So they brought him in for his run blocking ability. And this season, guess his run block. Guess his grade that they've given him so far. He's higher. Come on. Okay,
I'll give him 50.
I'll give it to you. 49.9.
I knew it because him and Nate Hobbs were probably the worst two signings that Goody's had his whole career as GM, honestly.
He's got to see something, right? There's got to be something that he sees. Does he see like 6'5", 325? He's like, this is a road grader. Like we can make him
that. I thought he was like 340. Wasn't he like 340 coming in?
I think he was 340. This is just what they have listed.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, that could have fluctuated a little bit coming in. But yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe he has to get back into shape. I don't know. And it's also been the injuries for him, too. That hasn't helped him at all. And then the instability of this offensive line has not helped any of these guys. Elton Jenkins is slowly learning that maybe he should have learned how to come to training camp because, wow, it's different snapping the football than it is playing guard. Zach Tom's been banged up. I mean, you have guys banged up. So maybe that also has been affecting Aaron Banks because he's been
injured.
He's been injured too. Yeah. Yep. He's been injured too. And then, sometimes it comes down to, okay, now he feels like he's being relied on. Hurry back. So then he's trying to rush himself back. There's all those little things, the mental side of the game.
Zach Tom, right? That's what happened to Zach Tom. Right?
Yep. And then Zach Tom comes back, gets hurt on the first thinking play. And it's like, okay. I mean, so maybe it's something like that where these guys just have to settle. They have to settle into this offense.
Yeah.
And I think it'll come with time. Plus, I mean, you've played some pretty good defenses along
Yeah,
the
I was
way.
gonna say the rest of our defenses. I mean, we still got we saw Eagles are gonna be crazy. The front four for Giants is gonna be ridiculous. Carolina's front four is pretty decent. Minnesota's kind of hit or miss. Detroit's hit or miss. Chicago hit or miss. Denver's front seven is good. Chicago again whack. Baltimore's kind of hit or miss, and Vikings again. I don't know. It's just the remainder of our schedule doesn't look scary, but you just don't know what you want. The same Packer team to keep showing up every week is what you want, right?
You want if I wanted to make you feel better, I could say that he's improved every single week with his grade. You look at week 1 to week 8, which is a small sample size because he's only played 5 weeks. But week 1, he came across, if you want to look at it like his run block grade, it was a 40. And then you get all the way, I mean, you look week 7 against Arizona, it was 56. And then you look last week against Pittsburgh, it was 66.
Oh.
And then you look at the pass block grade, he had a 63 versus Detroit week 1. Week 3 against Cleveland, his pass block grade, I don't think you could guess this one.
25.
12.
Yeah,
I didn't know they could give grades that
whole
low.
offensive line looked bad. That was the day that I was like, fire Steno, fire Butkus. And I was almost about to willing to say fire LaFleur, but I wasn't going to say it because I'm not that guy. But Steno and Butkus, I was like, Butkus is an op. He's trying to get us our guys killed. There's just no way that we can look this bad against this. But then again, though, the Cleveland defensive line is legit. It's legit.
It is. No, I agree. I agree 100%. And that's what I'm saying. It's like I look at these stats for him. It's like he's slowly settling in. Because you look Arizona week 7, he had an 83. And then you look week 8 against Pittsburgh, a 70. You look at total offensive grade. He was a 69 this last week. Week 1, he was a 44. It's just that progression that he's had with getting healthy, getting out there, settling in, having everybody settle. I think that's going to be the big boost that I think a lot of these guys need is once they get, like you were talking the other day in the show, you said it's like this is their preseason, right? This September, October preseason. Now we roll into November. I think that's kind of where this offense is at right now with the offensive line finally getting healthy. They're able to settle in together. And I think that's going to help maybe solidify Aaron Banks to, I don't know if he's ever going to earn the contract that we thought he was going to, but to settle in to make it seem a little bit less, it seem like it's less work, not as bad as what it was,
right?
Yeah. I mean, you get over it then because if they go win the Super Bowl and Aaron Banks a part of it, you're like, whatever. The contract was there. It's whatever at this point, right? But if they lose and it's like, let's say they play the Chiefs, right? And Chris Jones has himself a field day. Well, now we're looking back and on saying, that was a waste of money.
Yeah, we could
have kept what's his name, Josh Myers at center.
Yeah,
and ran like that. We could have kept that thing.
No. Oh God, no. No. You already see what he's doing there in the Jets. He ain't doing nothing with the Jets right now. So
I don't think anybody's doing anything with the Jets.
Good.
Aaron Glenn's not even doing anything with the Jets.
They got their first win. I'll give it to them. Got their first win. All right.
Aaron Glenn is slowly realizing how hard it is to be a Jets head coach.
100%.
There's only one guy who I think should be the Jets head coach is Rex Ryan. I just feel like he should just go back and when they were semi okay at the White, when they were, it was Rex Ryan, and now they just keep bouncing head coaches and thinking this guy. Yeah. Oh, we should bring in this guy. Oh, we should bring in this guy. No. Stop. It was Zach Wilson, and then it was okay. Let's bring in Aaron Rodgers. Okay, let's bring in this guy. You can't have that constant quarterback turnover and just hope. Look at the Giants right now with Jackson Dart. I mean, that Jackson Dart's going to be. I'm cheering for the Giants. I love what I've seen on him so far.
I like him.
Yeah, I love what we've seen on him and Scadaboo. Now he's hurt. That sucks. Yeah, it absolutely sucks because those two are fun. They're
trip, man. They're trip.
Yes. No, I agree. And the Jets are just I don't even know. I don't even know. Who would want to go coach there at this point? Just get Rex Ryan back and just say, can you just point this thing in the right direction and then maybe head finding our next head coach because maybe he can bring stability into finding it. I don't know. Right now, they're not finding the head coach of the future right now. And I can tell you that I don't know if Aaron Glenn's the guy, to be honest with you. I don't. I really don't.
I like him, but I don't know. He's going to need Dan Campbell got three years to really turn the organization around in Detroit.
Yep.
Glenn's going to need 3 years, and I don't even know if that's going to be enough because Willie
When Ben
Johnson
Johnson fails
terrible.
with the Bears, maybe he could go out to the Jets and be the offensive coordinator for Aaron Glenn, who's the
I can
head
see
coach
that.
of the Jets.
I
That'd be
can see
fun.
that.
That'd be
That'd be
fun. I
fun.
think that's something that he needs to do is get an offensive mind in there because there's no way Aaron Glenn is going to be able to draft the quarterback that he wants and fix him. Who is the offensive coordinator for the Jets?
It's the guy. He brought the guy from Detroit. It was the tight end coach.
Oh, yuck.
What?
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, we don't want that. We don't want that. We need somebody else in there.
No, you need a little more experience. That's for sure.
And then bring Robert Saleh back to run the defense. Even though Aaron
he's not
Glenn's
going
the
back.
defensive head
He
coach.
would not go back if they offered him $100 million, man.
No.
I
don't think they could.
Out, yeah, ain't no way in hell.
Oh man, but yeah, that whole thing is a mess. There's a lot of messes around the NFL right now. There's a lot of messes, and it's fun. It's nice that the Packers
have to have
just,
a mess.
Yeah, it's just nice that they're just like their mess is that they have too many weapons.
Yes.
And that somebody might be getting upset because they have too many weapons. But the somebody who's getting upset is not like he's the superstar guy yet.
Yeah.
He's
growing.
He's the draft pick from this last year.
And
so like, yeah,
get
upset.
It's what's our boy used to say? Joe Barry used to say this: champagne problems. And I hate the fact that I'm quoting him. But we have champagne problems right now, and I'll take it.
Nah, he's good for quotes. There you go. He's good for quotes.
Yeah, that's always good for.
It's like Rich Bisaccia. Rich Bisaccia is always good for a feel-good story and a
dude. He said that today. Like
good.
He's over here giving freaking TED Talks and giving all this.
He makes you feel good.
I love that about his good nature. But I'm like, yo, bro, that's great and all, but like, what are you doing on special teams?
I don't need you to be my papa right now.
No,
I need
dog,
you to be my special teams coach.
We need to get past this. But look, Trey, we have gone now an hour, so I think we're good now. You got anything else you want to share with the folks?
I got nothing. We got Packers coming up. We got, I don't know if anybody's even watching the Badgers play anymore, but the Badgers are on Saturday, I believe.
Did the Bucks win?
Bucks won. Bucks pulled off the win, 120-110 without Giannis. That was fantastic. The Badgers play. No, they have a bye. That's right. The Badgers have a bye. So, we don't have to watch Badger football. But Badger basketball is back next Monday. So, that's exciting stuff. Right
Maybe they can do something.
Maybe Greg Gard make us feel better. That's what we're hoping for.
Well, good deal, brother. I was going to say, everybody, you can find us on Twitter. You can find Trey on Wisco Sports on the Go. You can find me at AMAR3455. Also, Trey, please plug anything else you got so I'm not missing it.
Oh, make sure you guys check out the radio show. Ummer stops by for the radio show weekly there. Wednesdays from 5 to 7 on 92.3 WOSQ. If you don't have, you're not in the central Wisconsin area, you can always Google 92.3 WOSQ. Go up in the top right corner, click play. It plays the station wherever you are. You can get the app there. It's an ESPN app, so you can get the not the ESPN app, but get the 92.3 ESPN app, and you can play it on there. So, check it out there. Ummer's on there every single week. We talk Packers on there. Not as in-depth, but we go, just a quick hitter, and then we got some Badger talk on there, Brewers, everything in between, anything Wisconsin sports. We got it on there. So, make sure you check it out there. Wisco Sports on the Go, or you can find me across all social media platforms. Wisco Sports on the Go or Wisconsin Sports on the Go with Trey. Find it across all social media platforms, podcast platforms, everything like that.
Good deal, brother. And you guys already know where to find me: Twitter, Coast to Coast Packers, Instagram, all that good stuff. Just we're all over the place here, but we're trying to get this back on the track. We're going to be more consistent now. We're going to be week to week to week. You're going to see us every week, so hopefully you guys don't get sick of us. But Trey, as always, brother, thank you for everything, man. And I will talk to you next week.
See ya.
All right, brother.